Could the damage have been contained? People who were forced to evacuate their homes suffered the gravest consequences of the nuclear accident. What could have been done to ease their evacuation? As part of its investigation, the Commission organized town meetings and heard from more than 400 evacuees. It conducted surveys on more than 10,000 people affected by the crisis. The Commission examined the accident from different points of view. It identified 3 outstanding problems. Number 1, authorities failed to keep residents informed about the accident and the spread of radiation. Many were unaware a nuclear accident had occurred until they were ordered to evacuate. Others left important belongings behind, thinking they would be able to return in a few days. Even though the situation was life-threatening, the evacuation was delayed in most municipalities. Problem number 2. Authorities kept redefining the extent of evacuation zones. This forced residents to move from one place to the next, in some cases as many as 6 times. 60 people died during or immediately after the evacuation. They were mainly hospital patients and elderly residents from nursing homes. Residents who were ordered to stay indoors suffered tremendously from a lack of food and transportation. Those living outside a 30-kilometer perimeter from the plant were told that evacuating was for them to decide, but much of the information they depended on to understand the risks to their health and safety was a mix of rumors and hearsay. The third problem identified by the investigation was the uselessness of existing evacuation plans and drills. They failed to anticipate the simultaneous occurrence of an earthquake, a tsunami, and a nuclear accident. The scale of the crisis was far beyond anything expected. Authorities did identify potential threats before the disaster, but nuclear regulators opposed safety drills on the basis they'd be too difficult to organize. A system was in place to predict the spread of radioactivity. To be effective, it required data from a network of monitoring stations. But central and local authorities had neglected to install the proper equipment and couldn't retrieve the data. As a result, the system failed to keep track of the situation and proved useless. Residents not only lost valuable possessions in the wake of the evacuation, they lost their quality of life. Had contingency plans been based on worst-case scenarios, the damage from the disaster could have been minimized.